Have you ever wondered why your phone and internet signals seem to be getting worse, not better, as technology advances? It's a perplexing question, isn't it? In today's world where we're constantly connected, it's frustrating when our signals falter. We're going to explore this conundrum, delving into the intricacies of frequency spectrums, cell tower placement, and network coverage. We'll also examine the role of SIM cards and other factors in signal quality. So stay tuned as we unravel the mystery behind worsening phone and internet signals. First off, consider the frequency spectrum. It's like a highway for information, but it's getting overcrowded. To understand this, let's remember how cell phones work. They utilize electromagnetic radio waves to send signals from their antennas to relay towers. These waves are measured in megahertz and they carry our daily data and calls. Now here's the interesting part. The higher the frequency, the faster the signal travels, enabling us to download that latest episode of our favorite series or make that urgent call to our boss. But, as with everything, there's a catch. High-frequency signals, while speedy, have a harder time penetrating barriers. Think about it as a super-fast sports car that just can't handle a bumpy, obstacle-laden road. Those obstacles could be anything from walls and trees to mountains and skyscrapers. So imagine the frequency spectrum as a highway. Our calls, texts, and internet browsing are all vehicles traveling on this highway. But as more and more devices connect to the internet, and as we use our devices for more data-intensive tasks, this highway becomes congested. It's like rush hour traffic, but for data. And just like in real traffic, congestion leads to slower speeds and longer travel times. In the virtual world, this translates to slower internet and dropped calls. But why can't we just create more lanes on our information highway, you might ask? Well, the frequency spectrum is a finite resource. There's only so much space that can be used for wireless communication, and a lot of it is already allocated for other uses, such as military communication and broadcasting services. So the frequency spectrum is like a crowded highway where signals are competing for space, and as we continue to add more vehicles to this highway, the problem of overcrowded frequencies is only going to get worse. This is one of the reasons why our phone and internet signals might be deteriorating. Now let's delve into why signals struggle to make it through. It's a bit like a four-lane highway during rush hour. Just as more cars cause traffic congestion, more devices and users create a jam-packed frequency spectrum. Every call, text, or byte of data is like a vehicle on this information highway. As our reliance on digital communication skyrockets, our airwaves are becoming increasingly congested. Now imagine that this highway is not just crowded, but it's also raining. Just as rain can make driving conditions more difficult, raindrops and dust particles can interfere with radio waves. These waves must travel through the atmosphere, and any interruption, whether it's a raindrop or a speck of dust, can cause distortion or delay. It's like trying to drive through a storm. You can still get where you're going, but it might take a bit longer. And it's not just rain and dust we need to worry about. Have you ever noticed how your signal can drop during a thunderstorm? That's because thunderstorms create ionized particles in the atmosphere. These charged particles can mess with radio waves, causing interference or even completely blocking the signal. It's like encountering a roadblock on our metaphorical highway. Then there's the issue of physical barriers. High-frequency signals, while faster, struggle to penetrate obstacles such as walls and trees. So if you're inside a building or surrounded by foliage, your signal might not be as strong. It's like trying to drive through a forest. The trees can block your path and slow you down. Each of these factors contributes to the struggle of maintaining strong and consistent signals. But don't worry, there are ways to navigate this crowded and obstacle-ridden information highway, and we'll explore those in the next scenes. So buckle up as we continue this journey to unravel the mystery of worsening phone and internet signals. Remember when we mentioned barriers? Well, cell tower placement plays a significant role in signal strength. Think of cell towers as the Wi-Fi routers for your phone. The closer you are to them, the stronger the signal you receive. However, the further away you are, the weaker the signal gets. Now imagine you're in a bustling city with skyscrapers everywhere. These buildings can obstruct signals, causing poor reception. Similarly, if you're in a rural area with vast distances between cell towers, you may experience spotty coverage. Then there are factors like the height of the tower, the power of the transmitter, and the direction the antennas are pointing. All these elements influence the strength and reach of your signal. So while it's easy to blame your phone or carrier when you lose signal, remember that the environment plays a huge part too. Just like how your Wi-Fi signal weakens the further you move from the router, your phone signal weakens the further you are from the cell tower. The unsung hero of your phone, the SIM card, can also be a culprit in signal issues. This tiny piece of technology is crucial for connecting your device to your carrier's network. But like all heroes, it isn't invincible. Over time, your SIM card can accumulate dust and grime, and just like a dusty computer can overheat and slow down, a dirty SIM card can cause intermittent signal failures. Moreover, SIM cards aren't designed to last forever. They can wear out, especially if you've been using the same one for several years. So what's the solution? It's simple. Try cleaning the metal surface of your SIM card gently with a disinfectant wipe. If that doesn't help, you might want to consider asking your carrier for a replacement. So don't forget to give your SIM card some TLC. It might just improve your signal. Lastly, your mobile network can significantly impact your signal strength. Ever found yourself in a situation where you're trying to make an important call or send an urgent email, only to realize your signal strength is as low as it can get? We've all been there. And it's not always about the device or the physical barriers we just discussed. Sometimes it's about the network coverage. Your mobile network's coverage plays a pivotal role in how strong or weak your signal is. Simply put, network coverage is the area where a mobile carrier's signal reaches. If you're within this area, you should ideally receive strong signals. However, if you're on the edge of this coverage area, or if the carrier's coverage is generally spotty, you might face issues like dropped calls and slow data speeds. You see, mobile networks operate on a grid of cell towers. Each cell tower has a specific range, and these ranges overlap to provide continuous coverage. But there are always going to be spots known as dead zones, where coverage isn't strong enough, leading to weak signals. So what can you do to combat this? One option is to switch providers. If you're consistently facing issues with your current network, it might be worth exploring other carriers who offer better coverage in your area. Many mobile network providers offer coverage maps on their websites, making it easier for you to check their network strength in your locality. However, remember that no network can guarantee perfect coverage everywhere. There will always be areas where the signal strength is not as strong as you would like, due to factors ranging from geographical features to the number of users in the area. In conclusion, despite our technological advances, our signals remain at the mercy of invisible waves. Whether it's the overcrowded frequency spectrum, our physical environment, or the network coverage, a variety of factors influence the strength of our phone and internet signals. But by understanding these factors, you can make informed decisions and take necessary steps to enjoy better connectivity. So there you have it, the mystery behind worsening phone and internet signals unraveled. We've taken a deep dive into the world of frequencies, understanding how our devices connect to the world around us through an invisible dance of electromagnetic waves. We've learned that the airwaves are becoming more crowded with more devices and users, leading to a digital rush hour that slows down our connections. We've also discovered that natural elements, from raindrops to dust particles, and even ionized particles from thunderstorms, can interfere with these delicate signals. We've also looked into the role of cell towers, those silent sentinels that act as routers for our phone signals. They can sometimes be too far away or blocked by buildings, leading to weakened connections. And let's not forget the humble SIM card, which can cause intermittent failures if it's old or dirty. Finally, we've considered the role of network coverage. Sometimes the issue might be as simple as your carrier's coverage being spotty. But don't despair, there are steps you can take. Clean your SIM card, consider the placement of your device in relation to nearby cell towers, and perhaps even consider switching providers if your current one isn't cutting it. Remember, even in the digital age, our signals are still at the mercy of invisible waves. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, stay connected.